Envisioning a Transforming Classroom, the Importance of Disruptive Pedagogy. We'll be using an interactive video app called Edpuzzle to increase engagement for this presentation. Now, I'm going to take you for a trip down memory lane. I would like you to think about what your life was like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, and 5 years ago, and think about how technology has impacted your life. Sidebar: the iPhone just celebrated its 10th anniversary. In this module, we'll make the case for why transformation is necessary for the modern learning environment. Over the next several slides, I am going to show you an image. I would like you to think about what innovation disrupted that industry and type your answer when prompted. Remember this? What was the innovation? 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 Throughout our history, society has called on educators to answer an ask. During the 1600s, curriculum was based on the Bible. It focused on creating good citizens who could obey laws. Teaching methods focused on small group instruction and one-to-one apprenticeships. School broke when farming season began. Horace Mann visited Prussia in the mid-1800s in the middle of the Industrial Revolution and brought back the idea of a prescribed K-8 curriculum that emphasized common schooling and compulsory attendance. The idea was that all children would have the same foundation that would cement a united society. All students took the same basic prescribed curriculum. School also mirrored many of the factory principles of the day, and many of which are still present. Do your students change classes when a bell rings? The concepts of education that Horace Mann brought back to the U.S. are still some of the strongest hallmarks of our education system well over 150 years later. Daniel Pink says the information age was built on the logical, linear, computer-like thinking. This is the age of the knowledge worker, the well-educated manipulator of information and deployer of expertise. He says, thanks to an array of forces, material abundance that is deepening our non-material yearnings, globalization that is shipping white-collar work overseas, and powerful technologies that are eliminating certain kinds of work altogether, we are entering a new age, the conceptual age. It is an age animated by a different form of thinking and a new approach to life, one that prizes aptitudes that he calls high concept and high touch. Based on the images and the disruptive innovations we just saw, what adjectives would you use to describe the conceptual age? Daniel Pink describes 6 essential aptitudes on which professional and personal satisfaction increasingly will depend: design, story, symphony, empathy, play, and meaning. So what does the future of learning look like? It's about moving away from the textbook. The future of learning is kind of messy. It's not about teaching to the test, but getting teachers off the stage and allowing students' curiosity and imagination to drive their learning. It is about leveraging the time, place, pace, and path to personalize their experience. The future of learning is now. Two characteristics of the modern learning environment are blended learning and personalized learning. How would you describe these two characteristics of the modern learning environment? According to Larry Rosenstock from High Tech High, we have to stop delivering curriculum to kids. We have to start discovering it with them, especially now when curriculum is everywhere. As we mentioned, Daniel Pink sets the stage for the type of learning that needs to take place in our schools for students to be successful in today's world. In FCPS, these learning experiences are shaped by the Portrait of a Graduate attributes. Dr. Jared Borup from George Mason University says that activities, not technologies, impact learning. Think about this for a second. Dr. Borup says sometimes we make the mistake of starting with the tech. This is really hard for some teachers to do. We know that blended and personalized learning, while vogue, alone will not help our students develop the attributes set forth in Portrait of a Graduate. Dr. Borup says that simply adding technology to outdated activities will get us the same results, only faster. Our experiences have taught us that we need a vehicle to make pedagogy disruptive. Our vehicle to disrupt pedagogy is inquiry, specifically guided inquiry design. So what specifically does your modern learning environment look like? This is something we will continue to work on.